Hey, I'm Cindy from Learning in Kindergarten. Thanks for joining me for our usual Friday after school walkthrough of our Canadian public school kindergarten classroom. Let's see what we have planned for the upcoming week. All right, welcome. This is our sign out actually for today to head into playtime. That we learned about the letter T today and yesterday, so our sign out to get to playtime was to print the capital and lowercase t. So look at all that everywhere. They did a great job to reinforce their printing skills. Our block center is always a hit, always a mess, can be life. This I have decided to change around. I used to have the special moments calendar here and our calendar and then weather graph, but we really want to introduce our letters, like a letter wall, sound wall this year. But for such a big classroom, we don't really have usable wall space. That is hidden. We've got a sink over there. So we're gonna try and make this work. This is a little high for my liking, but we're gonna see how it goes, put the visual schedule here, and hopefully the sound cards here as we learn them. So I have to find some that are a bit smaller, but I think it's doable. We're gonna figure that out as we go. Over here, I'm gonna walk you over to our science inquiry table. Ignore the air conditioner, that will be put away. We've had a hot few weeks for October. Anyway, these are the apples and pumpkin I picked up from the farm last week with my family visit. Last week we introduced them to some pastel still life drawings. That was my sample. We did it together at the carpet and we got some really cute still art pieces. Lots went home. This week we're going to study the pumpkin again, but focus more on descriptive vocabulary and measurements. So we put out like a ruler, a measuring tape. We're going to ask them what else they can measure with. They probably link cubes. Ask them what we should put out here, but also going to pass around a pumpkin and become scientists together to kind of talk about some descriptive words such as like hard, cold, maybe talk about the color that we see, the mud, maybe the roughness of the stem. So hopefully that will be a fun kind of little unit. Over here, I see this everywhere online. And of course I had to try it to develop our fine motor skills, pick up the bug, put it on for balance. We did reinforce it with some yarn underneath. It may or may not last, but our kids are really loving all these activities. So we really want to support that curiosity. So excited for that. Over here, we are moving on with fall. We've begun our number sense unit. So everything to do with numbers. We talked about the number 0. This is a fabulous book about fall and number 0. They really liked it. We talked about that. We're going to read that this week as well. And they've been learning about dice and numerals. So we're hoping that they kind of roll the dice and decorate the tree with that many. But we're going to kind of see where their curiosity goes. We've got some loose parts here from the dollar store, some foam dye, some fabric like leaves, and some number stones. So we're excited to see where that goes. This shelf is a bit more of like puzzles and things. We're slowly introducing things. They have discovered these because we've done lots of lessons now about like the songs, like the 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed, and we gave them a number card. We have done, what else did we do? 5 green and speckled frogs. So now that they know like what these are and how to use them, they're moving them all over the classroom. It's super exciting. They've started reading the number books. Well, it's a little messy, but they're doing a good job. This shelf is super popular. They are not necessarily doing any of this, like ever, but they're super into all the building materials, really into things like this. So that tells us like what we need to get more of. I don't even know what that is, leftover pieces from a game. They're super into that stuff. Anyway, moving on. Art shelf. It's a hot mess. It's always a hot mess, but they are still loving it. And this is now, what are we? We are October 17th, and this is now our second pack of markers for the year. So this is working. This is working. Second pack, they were rewarded with a brand new pack. I am excited. Usually by now we've gone through like 1 million markers, but this is pack number 2, and the other ones weren't even fully dead. They were just rewarded. Over here in our sensory tub, this week we are using these coffee filter leaves. If you've been following along, you know that we were using pipettes to color these with different food coloring. And now that they're dry and we have leftovers, we're gonna pop in some of those punchers, like the shape punchers, for the kids to kind of make holes in them to reinforce those, the fine motor skills and like those muscles, those fine motor muscles. So that's always gonna be a hit. I'm excited about it. Drama Center is not a hit this year. This group is not loving it. So nothing's come up, and that's okay. We're gonna go with it. We might inspire them a little bit and see if they wanna add something like spooky or for the fall, or we may or may not, but it's okay. This group are builders. We're okay with that because last year that was the place to be. Okay, over here. I'm missing some pieces here. My partner made this last year and it was a huge hit, hoping for the same this year. It's just the numbers 1 to 5. And she had cards, which I have to find in my drawer, I can't find them, that had different representations of numbers. So some of them had like some tallies, some had little pictures like 2 stars, like 3 smiley faces, tallies, numerals, dots, all that. And the kids kind of just place it where it belongs, a bunch of cards. I gotta find that. So hoping that's gonna be popular again. Let me spin you around. This table. This was always a hidden table. We decided this year to turn it into kind of like a storytelling small world. So every week we have some kind of story that we are linking with some loose parts or things that they can story tell with. This upcoming week, we're doing Pete the Cat, the 5 Little Pumpkins. So again, for number sense, we're gonna sing the song, we're gonna reenact the story, we are gonna do all the good stuff. And then we're gonna encourage them, a STEM challenge, to build a gate or a fence for the pumpkin. So just some big tongue depressors, some of these clothespins, and these are the 5 Little Pumpkins. And I'm not worried if they get super lost or destroyed. They're old. They're just some orange cubes I found. Put a little piece of, what was it, a sticker? I put a face on it. They've lasted for about 10 years. So they've always been coming here. They've been retelling stories, sitting on the floor. It's so cute. Literacy shelf. Love hate with this one. Oh my goodness. I love it. They are obsessed with this. Once I introduce some more markers, they're obsessed with anything whiteboards, and here's their names to practice printing. Everything else is blah, but that's okay. That is kindergarten. So let me just show you our activities for the week. I'm going to spin you around. Okay, this is what you're all always here for. Over here is the leftover cleanup for the last week. I'm going to show you this first bin. So now I have 5 bins, 5 activities of must-dos. Well, not mandatory, but like when we sit down for tabletop time, this is one of the activity choices that they have. They're gonna be making diyas for Diwali. So we've got like, paper plates cut in half, and my partner has cut up some awesome materials. So cut up some, what is this gonna be? Cut up pieces are gonna be for the flames, some new markers, some pom-poms they can glue, some sparkly bits, some stickers. They're gonna decorate whatever they like, little candles. We've also got, what do we have here? We've got some printing practice. This group is obsessed with anything whiteboard markers, so we're gonna take advantage of that this year. So we've got brand new markers here, and we've got these sheets here from Pinch of Kinder. So she's got the uppercase on one side, we've got the lowercase on the other, and I think I had number ones in here somewhere too with these page protectors. They're gonna love it, it's gonna be popular. Second one, my partner next door had these. I've got tons of these, never thought to use it like this. They are kind of like those paint swatches, like hard ones. Whoa! She's actually added just a piece of paper with some tape with a numeral on it and the dots so they can count like 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are pairing it with some of these, just the link chains. And they're gonna kind of attach that many to the bottom of that to reinforce their number sense skills. So counting and one-to-one correspondence. This is another fun activity that I know is gonna be popular. Well, actually I'm hoping. To link again with Diwali coming up, another freebie from right here, Ready, Set, Kinder. So just some numerals there. They're gonna roll the dice and cover, and there's 2 of those different sheets there. We've got our dice, and we pull these out. They're just, we call them goblin stones at the dollar store, unless I find something else more sparkly, but it's gonna have to do. And then we've got this one, another freebie, and I can't even tell you who it's from, honestly, because there's no name on it. Write your name on it, please, 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 people. We've got 2 copies of this, so definitely for the SKs, or any kids that just need a bit more help with printing skills or might not know their letters, and that one's for tracing. Some brand new Pipsqueak markers, and I know that's gonna be popular. The cards are hidden all over the room. And that's what we've got going on. Hope you enjoyed our walkthrough, and have a fabulous week.